Inevitable human errors are an intrinsic part of any endeavor, and even though one might assume that large construction mega-projects are meticulously planned, this is not always the case. In this captivating video, we delve into the world of billion-dollar mistakes, decades-long delays, and near disasters that occurred during construction projects. Number 5. 20 Fenchurch Street. It's a commercial skyscraper in London, named after its address. The building was purchased by a Hong Kong manufacturing company called Lee Kum Kee for a staggering $1.8 billion, setting a record price for a single building in the UK. Upon its completion in 2014, the skyscraper earned the nickname Walkie Talkie due to its distinctive shape, but received the title of the ugliest new building in Great Britain. However, the true issue with the building emerged elsewhere. The planning process for 20 Fenchurch Street had an unusual and relatively less costly mistake. Like many modern skyscrapers, the walkie-talkie features a large glass front that reflects sunlight. However, the problem arose due to the building's south side, which had a slightly concave curvature, unlike the typical straight walls of high-rise buildings. As a result, during the day, the sun's rays were concentrated onto the street and the houses on the opposite side, reflecting 6 times stronger than usual during the summer. This extreme heat caused by the concentrated sunlight melted parked cars and created cracks on the sidewalks. In fact, in a Sky News video, a reporter demonstrated how he could fry an egg on the street using only the reflected sunlight. The building's architect, Raphael Vinoli, who also designed the Vdara Hotel in Las Vegas, which faced a similar issue with sunlight reflection, had intended to prevent this problem with horizontal louve windows on the south side. However, these windows were removed at some point during the planning process. Vinoli mentioned in an interview that he was unaware it would get so hot, as it wasn't like this when he first came to London years ago. Eventually, a sunshade was installed at a cost of around $14 million, effectively resolving the issue. Number 4. Stuttgart 21. It's a colossal railway megaproject in Germany, which stands out as one of the most intriguing construction sites in the country. The project involves a remarkable feat of rotating an entire train station by 90 degrees. Formerly, the station operated as a terminus, forcing trains to depart in reverse, causing valuable time loss. To address this issue, the government decided to transform the station into a transit hub, integrating it into a continuous 1,500-kilometer high-speed rail line connecting Paris, Stuttgart, Munich, Vienna, and Bratislava. Originally slated to cost no more than $5.4 billion and be completed by 2019, the project encountered severe setbacks, leading to multiple delays. Presently, the train station is expected to open by the end of 2025, over 6 years later than initially planned. The construction challenges were further compounded by protests from German citizens and environmental activists. Moreover, tunnel construction posed difficulties, especially due to a unique type of soil that swells when exposed to water. This issue could necessitate repetitive renewal of the tunnels. In 2017, another unexpected yet relatively minor problem arose during the project. Thousands of strictly protected lizards had to be relocated along the Urinta-Stuttgart route, incurring an estimated cost of $18 million. Some difficult cases even led to charges of up to $10,000 per lizard. As a result of these obstacles and delays, the expenses for Stuttgart 21 have escalated significantly. Independent estimates now suggest that the project's cost could reach nearly $12 billion by its completion. Number 3. Citigroup Center. It's a prominent office skyscraper located in Midtown Manhattan, New York. Soaring 280 meters high, this skyscraper boasts a unique feature. It is supported by 4 foundation pillars, each measuring 34 meters in length. In 1978, a significant issue came to light that had previously been overlooked by the engineers. Until then, the stability of the building was assessed by calculating the impact of winds perpendicular to the structure, but quarter winds hitting the corners had not been considered. The problem surfaced during a discussion between civil engineer William LeMessurier and civil engineering student Diane Hartley from Princeton. Hartley raised concerns about the building's stability, suggesting that it could topple over during strong winds. In response to Hartley's warning, engineers immediately conducted structural safety tests, confirming her fears. Lemessurier estimated that a wind strong enough to cause the building to collapse occurred, on average, every 55 years. However, if the installed mass damper failed due to a power outage, a wind of that magnitude could occur every 16 years, posing a significant risk of collapse. Such an event would not result in a demolition-style collapse, but a toppling, potentially triggering a domino effect and causing damage or collapse to surrounding skyscrapers in New York, a nightmarish scenario to be avoided at all costs. Amidst this crisis, Hurricane Ella was on a direct path towards the city, compounding the urgency for action. To prevent mass panic, only a select few, including New York City's mayor, were informed about the problem, and no public statement was issued. The engineers worked tirelessly for 3 months, predominantly during nighttime, to devise a solution. Ultimately, they reinforced the building's stability by welding 2-inch steel plates over the bolted joints. Fortunately, Hurricane Ella did not reach the region, and the multi-million-dollar repair was completed in October 1978. 17 years later, the entire story came to light when it was published in an article in The New Yorker, after Lemessurier casually discussed it at a party. Number 2, the Jeddah Tower, previously known as the Kingdom Tower, is situated in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Towering to the same height as 2.5 Empire State Buildings stacked on top of one another, the Jeddah Tower aimed to become the world's first 1-kilometer-high building. This skyscraper is a pivotal part of Saudi Arabia's efforts to diversify its economy, much like Dubai's famous Burj Khalifa, by focusing on tourism. Construction on the Jeddah Tower commenced in 2013, with a planned completion date in 2018. However, the 2017 Saudi Arabian purge caused significant construction issues, resulting in work on the building coming to a standstill, with only 1/3 of the tower finished. Notably, major investors, including Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, were detained by the Saudi Arabian government during the purge. Despite the release of the investors a few months later, construction remained on hold, and an official completion date was not announced. By the time the project was halted, the tower had already reached a height of 252 meters. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, plans to restart construction in 2020 were further delayed, given the unsafe conditions for workers. Since then, no progress has been made at the construction site. Should the project be abandoned midway through its construction, it would result in a loss of at least $1 billion. Number 1. Berlin-Brandenburg Airport is an international airport project in Germany. Its construction began in 2006 with an original budget of approximately $2.4 billion and a planned opening in 2011. However, what followed were years of delays due to embarrassing failures and corruption, making it impossible to meet the construction deadlines. The first delay occurred in 2010, about a year before the initial opening date, when an involved planning company declared bankruptcy. Further delays ensued due to non-compliant fire protection requirements. Not only that, the airport failed the acceptance test necessary to operate as an airport. Additionally, around 67 kilometers or 37 miles of cooling pipes were installed without thermal insulation. To rectify this mistake, dozens of walls had to be torn down, and the pipes were replaced. As a result, the costs escalated, exceeding $8.3 billion, more than triple the original budget. After 14 years from the start of construction and 9 years after the originally planned opening date, the Berlin-Brandenburg Airport finally commenced operations in 2020. However, the airport's troubles did not end with its opening. Despite becoming operational, the airport is facing financial challenges during and after the pandemic. Further funds will be required to avoid bankruptcy, which could cost an additional $2 billion. These construction failures have undoubtedly been significant setbacks for the projects involved, and they highlight the importance of careful planning and execution in large-scale ventures. What do you think about these construction failures? Which one did you like the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Saftium. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.